welcome back to my channel. Today's video is for the March Hella Handmade Creations. If you don't know what Hella Handmade Creations is, it is a monthly collaboration between dozens of independent nail polish brands. So each month every brand has their own theme that they follow, and the polishes are exclusive to Hella Handmade Creations. The Hella Handmade Creations shop is open now. I apologize for this video going up late. I thought it, yeah. So I will have all of the relevant information down in the description box, as well as a timestamp list for all of the polishes if you want to skip, what have you. I get it, I get it. So I have 5 polishes to share with you all today, so let's get into the swatches. First up is Alter Ego with Ice Cream Dinner Plate Japanese Iris. This one is priced at $10.50 for 17 mLs, and this has no cap. This had a great formula. It didn't feel thick or thin. I did notice that the polish did want to run down the stem of the brush a little, but it wasn't a huge issue. This has a really interesting icy blue metallic look to it, and I really like how the gold shimmer adds a bit more depth to the polish. This does have some brush strokes through the shimmer when wet. It seems that once it dries down, the brush strokes for the most part disappear. This will be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your nail length. I am going to go in for 3 coats. I had just a tiny bit of transparency towards the tips of my nails. Nothing in here dries down textured or will be difficult to remove. If you scrub this one off, you will be very sparkly when you are done. Next up, we have Bee's Knees Lacquer with Forehead Kisses. This is described as a pale lilac with a rose gold shimmer. This will be $12.50 and has no cap. This has a fantastic formula, not too thick or too thin. It does have a jelly formula, so you will want to build this one up. By building this one up, it does make the shimmer very, very strong. The shimmer gives this an almost pink look on the nail. I found that in some lighting this will look like a pink with gold shimmer, and then in other lighting, once you get it moving around, it does look like a light lilac with a rose gold shimmer. It's a really fun polish. I will also note that the shimmer does seem to have a slight color shift to it. I was seeing like a yellow gold and a pinky rose gold. Lastly, the shimmer is a little brush strokey, so you will want to be just a little bit mindful with your coats if that kind of thing bothers you. This has great coverage in 2 coats. I found that the 3rd coat does deepen the color, so my live swatch and my swatch photos are all in 3 coats. Next up, we have Color Spectrum Polish with Bend and Snap Works Every Time. This one is described as a sheer yellow gold with a beautiful rose gold shimmer shift, along with blue and purple holographic glitters. This is priced at $12 for 13 mLs, and it has a cap of 100 bottles. It had a great formula, not too thick or too thin. I found that it was just on the slighter side, just on the thinner side of normal, but not at all watery. The polish did seem to want to run down the stem of my brush a little, so be mindful of that when polishing, but it wasn't a huge issue. This is on the sheerer side, so you can see here I'm adding a little bit of extra polish on the clear part of my nail just so it doesn't look as extreme. Natural nails won't have to do this. This is just something that I do sometimes because the clear nail is very transparent in comparison to a natural nail. Since this is on the sheer side, you will have some visible nail line. I found that the shimmer and the glitters largely distract from it, but you will still see it. You can see where my natural nail is on here, and this polish is just so gorgeous. Even with the visible nail line, it doesn't bother me one bit. I think this one looks best in 3 coats, so my swatch photos and the live swatch are all in 3 coats. The glitter does dry down very slightly textured. Removal will be a little tricky. Next up, we have Fancy Gloss Polish with Be Brave. This is described as a dark teal when cold to a pale teal when warm, packed with gold flakes and some red to orange to copper to gold flakes. This will be $12.50 for 15 ml and has a cap of 150 bottles. It's had a great formula. If you are familiar with the Fancy Gloss Polish Thermal Flakies, this has a similar formula to all of her fantastic thermals. not too thick or too thin. The flakies all spread out very evenly and easily on their own. I found that the cold state is a very dark green leaning teal, and the warm state is almost a minty greenish teal. It's a very interesting color combination. I've never seen a thermal in these colors before. While they're not my usual color preferences, I found just the unique factor very enjoyable for this polish. So this will be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your nail length, I think. I found that in 2 coats I still had some patchiness towards the tip, so I went in for 3 coats for both the live swatch and my swatch photos. My swatch photos include glossy top coat. I think this one looks like magnificent with a matte top coat. And the final polish I have is Heather's Hues Treason and Coconuts. This is described as a black when cold and when warm a deep teal, or a wives teal if you will. It has an iridescent shimmer that shifts gold to green to turquoise, hollow flakes, and green to teal to cyan to sapphire multi-chrome flakes. This will be $12.50 and has a cap of 100 bottles. This had a great crelly-like formula. I found that the flakies and shimmer all spread out really evenly without needing to do anything special. The cold state is a very, very dark teal that appears black in most lighting. In my super bright lighting, I found that it looks like a very dark teal. While I was wearing this one, I noticed that in my normal indoor lighting, it definitely looked black. I think this will be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your nail length and personal preference. I did find that the 3rd coat does deepen the color just a touch, so if you want the darkest and truest color to what you see in the bottle, go in for that 3rd coat. If not, you can get away with 2 coats. And that's it for the Hella Handmade creations for March. I'm having a hard time picking my personal favorites this month. I don't know, I have 5 polishes and I really like them all for different reasons, and I try to stick to 3 favorites, so I liked everything, but these are the 3 that really stood out to me the most. So Color Spectrum polish with Bend and Snap works every time. I like this one because I love Shannon's yellows and her golds. I just love it when she does these colors. I wish she would do more. Shannon, if you're watching, please make more. But yeah, I love this one for 2 reasons. The color, and I love it for the theme. Legally Blonde is one of my favorite movies, and so I love it for those 2 reasons. Next up is Bee's Knees Lacquer with Forehead Kisses. I love this one because I love pinks with gold, and yes, this is a lilac base, but I found that it looks very pink in most lighting. The shimmer is just so beautiful. I just love things like that. So, and the final one is the Alter Ego polish called Ice Cream Dinner Plate Japanese Iris, which is a mouthful, but I like it anyway. So the reason I like this one, besides for the color, I really like, it reminds me of a polish that I used to have years ago from another indie brand. It was a beautiful color similar to this. It didn't have that little, those little sparkles in it. It just was a metallic blue. Unfortunately, my bottle went bad. It turned green. So now instead of this beautiful color here, the one that I have from years ago is now a green, which is very disappointing. So I have been scared actually to rebuy that old one from it. This is a different brand. So I've been kind of scared to buy that old one because I figured it was just go green again. So I really like that this one is the metallic blue that I like, and it doesn't have the sterling silver flakes in it that were the reason why I think mine went bad. So I really like this one. It just reminds me of that polish, and I love that one. So this one makes me very happy. And that's it. So Hella Handmade Creation Shop is open right now. Don't forget to check out the Overpour site for the returning polishes. At the time of recording, one of the polishes that I swatched back in August on my blog for Heather's Hues, I will put a picture on one of these places. I'll put a picture up. That one is available again, so overpours are extremely limited. Thanks for watching. If you are picking anything up, let me know, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!